So I have this issue with some Hill versus Men card. I'm finished, but let me just show it to you. Like, I have this episode, and it's featuring me working, talking about the new skiff guard, not new, but new to the archive wave skiff guard Lando Calrissian from the Black Series Star Wars figures, and I got the whole thing done. I got all these different audios, all these different videos, photos, and everything. But when I save it and then go to watch it, the save file is out of sync with the audio. Like, let's show it. Please, and I missed out on the Black Series. If you can see that the audio's matched up playing here, and you can really see it down here when I get to this part, when I get ready to go to the photos. Like, right here.
Look, they popped up some animated stuff too. Yeah, I recommend this. Just like this. So now, go take some pictures and have some fun.
So like that syncs up, and the sync's fine, but when I go to save it, it doesn't. And I tried a few different things. Like, somebody told me to go into like my export and change settings, because I save everything as YouTube. Like, I usually save YouTube 1080. Okay. Yesterday I tried YouTube 2160, and it's 1080. And I also tried, I looked online to find some stuff, and this one says try to change your settings. So I went into my presets on, like, let me go down to this one. I went into my presets and I edited it and created it one by taking off the from source, because a lot of people says that if it doesn't say from source, you need to set it to say from source. But I did it without to see if that would work. That didn't work. I even, like I said, I did the different ones. I think I actually saved it as a, like this uncompressed AVI file, and I couldn't get it to work then. So I'm really trying to figure out what's going on here. Now, I looked at a thing online, like, last night, that said if I go here and change the frame rate, but it says from file, I should go here and change it to like 60, and then be like, okay, and then do the same thing with this file, change it to the 60. And then that would be fine. So, I don't know if that's going to do anything for me. Well, it looks like right now the file are like kind of screwed up. I don't know why that's... Like, it did part of that, but not the whole thing. I don't know. So what I'm going to have to do, and you might hear my microwave, my food in the background, because I've been working on this thing all day to try to get it. So I'm probably going to have to just delete those two files, like remove them, and remove this one, the two main files that start the whole thing, and then I'm going to have to put them back in and then change. Now that it's changed, just see if it remains changed. Yeah, it looks like it's at 60. Okay, and see if that does it. That, or maybe I've screwed it up putting sweet. The only thing I don't like about hip film is this. My mouse is way too sensitive. I gotta turn the sensitivity down to it. I think that's caused issues. Okay. So, let's watch it again and see how it does. Well, for one thing, I think it made it a lot shorter. Let's watch it and see, like, because my other thing is I'm gonna have to really start on this whole thing over. Well, that doesn't work because the frame rate's too high then. Huh. It's just slightly off. Maybe I just need to move it, like, just a little bit to get it to work right. Okay. Let me do something real quick. Let me pause this real quick. So I guess I could put this basically in real time and show what I'm doing, but okay, let me go online and see what the video was set at from this other person. Why is my computer running slow right now? I don't know. Is it running an update or something? For some reason it's running slow right now. Am I even online? Our internet's been kind of wonky lately. Why is it my... Oh, there. Yeah, computer's kind of running slow. You know, I did a restart on everything. It just did some updates, so maybe that's what's fucking this shit up. And there's my food on the second cycle. So what was the video I watched the other night? Oh, I should go to my history, actually. History, me watching a bunch of Pete Seeger stuff earlier today. Where was the one I found? Here it is. This user...
Guys, so I found that with Hippo 3 Express, sometimes the sequence has problems reading the frame rate of a video. Basically, when you edit something, you want to make sure that your project settings match the frame rate of your footage. Otherwise, you're going to start having some video and audio syncing issues. So if you're familiar with League of Legends...
This channel is LVL3.
So, like, sound effect for the bar ultimate went off before the video did. Before the video showed it. So basically, the reason that this is happening is because my footage is a 59 FPS file, and my sequence is 5994, which is actually a very big difference. That's basically another frame per second. So basically, as the video goes on, the more out of sync it gets. When you drag the video clip into your timeline, it's going to ask you if you want to change the sequence settings, and even if you click yes, sometimes it doesn't necessarily match up correctly. So there's actually a very simple fix for this, which I found if you go to the cogwheel on the clip. Go to this, uncheck from file, and drag this down to whatever your sequence is. So my sequence is a 5994 sequence. Select that, hit OK, and everything will match up. And that's it.
So...
Hey guys, so I found that with...
So, I gotta find out what my sequence is then. How would I do that? Let's just try this first. Let's try that and see what that does. Redo that and bring it over. Probably gonna have to do it no matter what. I'm gonna have to redo my whole timeline.
Hey, welcome to the...
No, that's still way too fast. Before, when it was from file, it's 24. So maybe I just need to move it up to 25? So it catches up real good?
Picked up at Target. Like, this is the archive release, and...
It's still not working right. I don't get it, cause like... When I originally did it, like, it was, you know, fine. Maybe I need to re-put the files in over here. I don't know if that'll do anything, but we'll see. So go to my main thing here, this over here, and drag this. Oh, probably need to create another audio track. Put it right there.
That's the album of the Black Series. I've seen it once before and haven't had time to get it. So I'm happy to get this because the figure has a tide of like my childhood.
So that seems to work, but the beginning of it wasn't really the problem. It's like when I introduced the other file, like the main body of the talk. Everybody's probably watching this right now like, this motherfucker's so disorganized. Which I am, I know. But the problem is, it looked good here.
Yeah, this would be good to have with my Star Wars. Yeah, I'd recommend this to get up if you're a layman, especially like this. So now, we'll take some pictures now.
Yeah, that's jumping up a little bit earlier than it did before. So that. Just over here for now. Shrink this so to make it fit right there. Better. Still hitting. Why can't I just edit this like smaller? Like, I think film sometimes makes stuff more difficult than it needs to be. Okay.
Now, we'll take some pictures now.
Still don't like how it's turning out because it's kind of. I want this to be shorter. Oh, I know why I'm fucking doing this. Is the backgrounds for those photos, not being an idiot. Okay, now it should work right.
Yeah, I'd recommend this to get up if you're a layman, especially like this. So now, we'll take some pictures now.
So that's the way I want it to be. But the problem is when I go and save everything, it's not the way it ends up being. So when I go to export contents, I'm going to try it without that thing. Oh, actually, no. Let me do it. Start over. Yes, I want to stop this. I want to go up to the one I've always been using, which is the 1080p HD. I always do export to contents for in the past. And let's see how this works. I'll be right back, and we'll see after 14 minutes how this went. So while that's going on, I thought I'd talk about some stuff in general. like with this video, okay, like I was trying to do something different and more reformat since I got my idea of what I really want to do with like Hill versus Mental Cards. Just talk about why I buy certain stuff and, you know, show it off a little bit and stuff I like about it, and maybe stuff I don't, but mainly just to have a discussion. And so I also like matching up music with action figures, which is one of the things I did here. I did steals with green screen. I don't know, like, we'll see if this works. If this doesn't work, then I don't know what the hell to do, basically. Like, people were like, changed the frame rate of the whole thing, but where do I even see what my basic frame rate is? Would I have to go up here and open up a new thing? I mean, I'd have to discard what I was working on to do that. How do you check your frame rate of your composition is what I would wonder how you could do. I mean, can you, let's see, contents, timeline, don't see how I could actually do that though. That's one of my issues is, like that one video was talking about changing the stuff over here in settings, but how do I actually do that? You know what I mean? Like, how do I change that frame rate to make it what it needs to be? And then my other question is, I've did videos this long before. Why is this one lagging when all my others? Is it because I used a lot more effects, loops, other stuff on this one? I don't know. So at the end of this, we'll see if it worked or if it didn't, because this might be something I just trashed, because I don't usually like having stuff like this and have to do it over and over and over again. Sometimes I just get pissed and I'm not going to start over again from the beginning and just say, you know, fuck it. That's it. But I'll put it at the end of this and you can see if it worked or not. But this video is not going to be a hit Hill versus Mental Card now. Now it's a frustrated testing and learning more than anything. So maybe I'll do something else. Maybe I can't get these videos whenever I put them over here. You know, now they're screwing up even on the timeline, which before, as you seen earlier, it matched up on the timeline. Oh, I just noticed this is 24 rays per second, and this is 23. This one was always, I think, better. It was 23.97. Yeah, that's what that one is. That one's 24. Wonder if I move this one to 24. So I can put this one over here. Well, then it's same file. And then this one is right here. Let's see if it's working now.
I'm waiting for the commander to land over to go on sale someplace. I'm looking at it. This is one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Love that he popped up. Some animated stuff too. But yeah, I'd recommend this. Pick it up if you're landing on that, especially if it's one of my favorite like this. So now, let's go take some pictures and have some fun.
Okay, that seems to work. But I don't fully know. I guess because I matched those two up now and they're both doing the same frame rate, which is 24. Let me put my wipes in here that I was doing. And then there should be one more before this. There. Okay. Now let's save it and see how good it does. Because before, like I said before, it was saving it. I mean, it looked right on my timeline. But then once I saved it, it didn't work right. It looked like shit. So that's see how this goes. Time to pause again. Yay, it's finished. Let's see if it actually works now. We're gonna hit film. I guess I got to, I think it's the third one. And yeah, because this should be the right one. Now the freaking thing at the beginning doesn't sync up. Really fucking good.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Hill vs. Man on Card. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about this Lando Calrissian car figure I picked up at Target. This is the archive release, and I missed out on the Black Series. I've seen it once in the store and having financial time to get it. So I'm happy to get this. This figure has a tie to like my childhood in a way I'm going to discuss when we get into this video. But yeah, it's a pretty cool figure overall. Just looking at it, and it is so maybe on the line about it. I seem to remember that. Or is that something I have in my head? It's hard to tell, but yeah, this video is pretty cool. We'll be checking out today. So let's get over to this video and check it out.
All this seems.
So let's get this thing open and take a look at it. And as I said
I'm a little bit
before
different because I
about
can't
archive voice, I know a lot of people.
open my mouth very wide after having jaw surgery and having all my teeth removed, so it's hard to just by lip sync to see stuff.
Well, a lot of people don't. And archive voice is pretty people to get.
Let's skip ahead and see if this works. Right there's that part.
I'd recommend this. Pick it up if you're a Lando fan, especially if it's one figures like this. So now, we'll take some pictures and have some fun.
Still doesn't sync up. I'm so freaking aggravated. I don't fucking know what to do. I don't know anything else I can do. Like, can you change the frame rate? Frame rate's 24. So that changes the timeline frame rate. What fuck with my, like, is this edit now gonna be off? That's why is it way back here? Oh.
No. I don't think there's much. Well, yeah, you popped up some animated stuff too. But yeah, I'd recommend this. Pick it up if you're a Lando fan, especially if it's one of my favorites like this. Yeah. So now, we'll take some pictures and have some fun.
But it's always worked for the most part in the edit. Do I need to go fix this one bit a little bit? Because right now it goes here and there's a gap between those two. I don't know if I should put something there or not. Maybe put one of these photos there. I guess I could. There's like you can see it on the timeline. There's a gap, a little bit of a gap there. Wonder if I can just shove one of the raw photos. Which photo looks pretty good? Just oh, this one. I'll see how it goes. I'm at this point where I'm frustrated. I'm just ready to just say fuck it. This is. Okay, so it goes here.
Hey, welcome to the
In case it's working.
anybody from the time I'll tell you is the superior toys of those days. Don't at me on that. They just work.
I think I do need to. Can you make this bigger? Mike can tell me. Oh, I guess you can do this. Because I was having problems seeing that in there, and if that's gonna work, I'm gonna have to put one there and probably one right before it. No, maybe that'll work.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Gilbert's Mail Card. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about this Lando
I think that works now.
I picked up.
Let's try out yet again another save, because it always looks good from there and then it looks like shit afterwards. And I save it. Should I do just the in and out? When I talk about, like, I know how to do stuff by just knowing those specific things, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I learned, like, people at work have asked me, like, to do videos and stuff for them, and I'm fine with doing that. I mean, the stuff I do for other people always looks a lot better anyways. Mainly because I don't give myself the allowance to say fuck it, and you know, you can't when you're doing for other people. But like, yeah, this is kind of frustrating considering I haven't had this problem before. And this is like I said, like, I only know the things I know from the things I've worked on. It's like, I only know the things I know from the things I know. But I think because this one is taken, both of these are taken with my phone. This one was taken in a regular view, and this was taken in a selfie view, and the frame rates were different. Maybe that was an issue. I had to check. Maybe I need to adjust the frame rates on my phone and stuff too. So I don't know, but let's see if this works. So I'm gonna have to go down here once again, and once again hit the stop button. So let's see what's gonna happen after this. So one more try, or my head's just gonna explode. Because at this point, a lot of times with projects, if they're frustrating me this much, I get this thing inside my head where I'm like, you suck way too much to be putting this much effort in anything.
Hey, welcome to another episode of Gilbert's Mail Card.
By the way, I want this background to show up better. I need to do better lighting.
I picked up at Target.
See, so that part always worked before. Like, I never really had a big... Let me see if there's transitions even here. Yeah. So that's not the part I have a problem with, is when I got down here at the end of it.
Pick it up. If you're reminded of that, especially if you're like this. So now, we'll take some pictures now.
It worked! It worked! So that's the issue. Now I might actually still use this video. I don't know. Did like how all these photos turned out. So I'll put this full thing at the end here where you can watch the full thing without me talking. But that was frustrating, and I think now what I kept screwing up on it. It was the fact that over here the frame rates were different. One was 23, one was 24. It needed to be 24. It needed to be 24 here. So they both matched up. Well, that's a lesson learned. Testing and learning. I really wish we had some beer in the apartment right now, but whew. Now I gotta edit all this together in a freaking testing and learning video with the intros and stuff. Why am I doing this to myself? Which that not sync up. Fun making videos, ain't it? It is. It's just crazy. Hey, welcome to another episode of Hill vs. Man on Card. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about this Lando Calrissian gift card figure I picked up at Target. This is the archive release, and I missed out on the Black Series regular release. I've seen it once in store, didn't have any money at the time to get it. So I'm happy to get this because this figure has a tie to like my childhood in a way I'm going to discuss when we get into the studio. But, yeah, it's a pretty cool figure overall, just looking at it. And didn't this suit pop up in Solo, maybe on the Millennium Falcon? I seem to remember that, or is that just something I made up in my head? It's hard telling, but, yeah, this will be the figure we're going to be checking out today. So let's get over to the studio and check it out. So let's get this thing open and take a look at it. And as I've said before about archive release, I know a lot of people don't care for them, and I think that's a lot of people who can buy everything when it comes out and has access to everything when it comes out. But a lot of people don't have that, and archive ways is for people to get stuff they weren't able to get in circumstances. And where I'm from, getting Black Series is very hard because there's a lot of Black Series scalpers and stuff where I'm from. So getting Black Series is not the easiest thing in the world to do. But I was talking about in the intro earlier about how this figure was actually important to me as a kid. There was two figures I remember once for being like different, tell me that toys could be a lot more different. And be more than what they was. Like growing up, I had two collections I bought a lot of: Star Wars, G.I. Joes. Now G.I. Joes, is anybody from the time I'll tell you, is the superior toys of those days. Don't at me on that. They just were. They had more articulation. They had more accessories. They had helmets that came on and off and stuff like that. But Star Wars was like the one that most people had, I think, before even G.I. Joes. I know G.I. Joes were big, and we want to look back on them that everybody had them, but it's not necessarily the case that everybody had G.I. Joes. But I remember when Return of the Jedi figures first came out, and one of the biggest things was the Leia Bounty Hunter and the Skiff Guard Lando had the helmets that came on and off. And even though we had G.I. Joes with helmets that came on and off, they weren't full masked helmets that came on and off. And that was such a cool thing. Flying. Something went flying in here, I don't know what it was. So, got distracted. But like when I bought the Lando and the Leia, it was just such a cool thing that they have their helmets coming on. So one of the first things I want to look at is that this helmet goes on good, and it's really a softer plastic. It's bendy, so right away you know it's going to go on pretty good. And the other thing is, does the mask pull down? Probably not. It doesn't pull down, but the way they got this helmet, and let me see if I can get the focus a little different here. Yeah, the way they got this helmet, like the original, if I remember right, the original, this part would pull down, but this one doesn't, because it's not two different pieces. It's one molded piece of helmet, which is, and it's nice and soft. Now it goes on there. It's kind of loose compared to the like say the Bad Batch figures now. But if you want to get that look of it pulled down, you can just kind of shift the helmet down and get that look of it pulled down. So that's cool. I'm happy with that. Would it have been better if you'd had this piece and it could pull down? Yes, but then you get to where the helmet actually fits well. I think the size of this helmet is actually really good. Some of the other people have problems with some of the Bad Batch stuff because they think the helmets are slightly too big. I don't really see it a whole lot. Like, yeah, a little bit maybe, but you put a helmet on, it's slightly too big for you in real life too. Like, for the most part, it makes your head look big. But overall, I really like this. Like the sculpt on this, I think is actually pretty cool. They got all the detail work on it really good. I think they did a good job overall on this. If this figure was made today, they'd probably make it more like the Bad Batch helmets, which are a little bit more solid than that. And this figure overall, I think is really cool. It captures all the essence of the original figure. And like, I just really like it. And like I said, it has a special special place in my heart. Like how it doesn't have like a waist twist. It's like in his like midsection, not midsection, but like middle of his chest, almost right there, and it helps break up. Like you don't see the breakup of that very much, but it does look kind of odd when he turns like it, because it's a weird way to twist big time. But as far as articulation, like he moves very well. Like he has this little skirt here, but it's not really that long, and the back especially is really soft. It seems to be doing pretty good. You got double knees, you get that, which I think they said they were going away from. I've seen in some reviews, but compared to G.I. Joe's when I was a kid, that's pretty good. You got good foot, yeah, got good rocker and everything. So overall, I think it's a really cool figure. Even with that shoulder pad up there, it's like some of the stormtroopers I've seen. It floats up because it's connected. You can see it right here, especially. It's connected by this piece of plastic. Now, over time, if you play with this a lot and stuff, it's going to probably break. But this is actually connected to his shoulder, so I don't think it's going to be that big a deal. But they got straps that go here to the back and to the front. I mean, to the back and to the front. So, like, it doesn't really hurt it that bad. On this side, they have the same thing, but the straps, yeah, they go up some when you push it all the way up. You can see that gap right there on the front side of it, but they look like they do pretty good. You can't twist his arm really all the way around, at least I wouldn't recommend it. That's about as high as you're going to get it. It might rip that pad off. He has the one on this thing. He's got one trigger finger. No, I don't think there's much movement at all on that trigger finger or that hand. Either mine's stiff or something, but on the left hand you can get to go in some. But on this right hand, the trigger finger hand, I really can't get it to do much, and I don't want to try to force it. And it might be because of this bracer right here. But overall, it looks really good. I'm going to have to heat up this arm because it's not bending at all right now, and it's at that point where you're like, yeah, I don't want to do that. It's probably going to break if I do that. So, like, I'm really happy with getting this. It was really cool for me to get this because I'd wanted to get the original, and I remember not having. You always remember when you can't get things, and it's because of money, like, which happens a lot, but you know what I mean. Especially something you really want to get because it has a pretty good emotional attachment to it. This figure is pretty cool. Now, what he came with besides the helmet is this staff. And I like this staff. Like you can see on here, it's got some good metal work on it. Like some good, like, looks like dirty airbrushing and stuff on it. So I like it. It goes from like really silver, gets a little bit darker as it goes down. So I think this is really cool. See how well it fits in his hand. Was he supposed to hold it like this or in the middle? I can't remember. But he has a trigger finger on that hand. But I guess more than likely you're gonna have him holding it like this. So I really like this figure. I think it's really cool, and I like that I got something that had a lot to do with my childhood. And liking this figure is kind of like when I got, and the reason why I got so many Destros is because it was one of my favorite figures as a kid. And I found, as an adult collector of figures, that's a big thing with, like, you get those connections with certain ones that you really want more than the others. An example, like I talked about Destro, but like I have been able to get the Croc Master one, and I really want a Croc Master one because my favorite G.I. Joes when I was a kid was like Croc Masters, Artan, Dr. Mindbender, the boxing guy, Boa, or however you say his name. What was the bird guy? I remember him. Like, I just loved some of these really odd and weird G.I. Joes. And funny enough, my Dr. Mindbender, I'm not going to be probably buying the new one unless I see him really cheap because I like the custom I made. But yeah, this will be good to have with my Star Wars stuff. He'll be sitting around guarding shit. And I have to go heat up these, but yeah, I recommend getting this if you haven't gotten it and you're a big Lando fan. One of the only Star Warses you can find, and it seems like there's actually a lot of places, Black Series, is the, what's it, Commander Lando. I've got a solo movie Lando, which I looked forever for that thing and finally got it. I'm a fan of his. I'm waiting for the Commander Lando to go on sale in some places. I'm going to pick that up because he's one of my favorite Star Wars characters. Love that he popped up in some of the animated stuff too. But yeah, I'd recommend this. Pick it up if you're a Lando fan, especially if this was one of the figures you liked as a kid. So now, let's go take some pictures and have some fun. Playing with their